live.
Charlie, could you get my glasses, please? Okay, they're here. They're here.
Chief, you're live. We're live.
Seiko, Sawatwego, good morning, everybody. On this terribly icy morning, there's about a quarter of an inch to a half an inch of ice somewhere. So if you're going out, I'd advise to stay in as for the elders as possible to not slip and fall. And if you're going out, be very, very careful because it's quite icy this morning. We are now January the 7th, and we are at the regular council meeting of the Mohawk Bay Committee, January the 7th at 9 o'clock. Councillor Chris Brandt is on his way here this morning, and I'm going to start off with our tradition with acknowledging the Creator and asking the Creator to watch over us. We live in a very troubled world now, and we need the perpetual help and the protection of the Creator. As we say, we live in the Ganastado, the protected house, the one the Creator watches over. Ganjoko sedawon sios ni gari wesa ni egari ohodum gari watego ne gat te no hage agwego unska anyway noni no gwat ni gonra dano yatini we roras ni agwego suk agwego skono agon hage agwego unska anyway noni no gwat ni gonra dano yatini we roras ni yet ni stumha ji onjari ji sego jatko won hajes agosat stone sara na ayo hage agwego unska adediwe noni ne gwat ni gora dano yatini we ralos ne agwego yonkyo was a ji onjari agwego unska adediwe noni ne gwat ni gora dano yatini we ralos ne agwego yonkyo was a ji garon hiade dano ono gadi agwego de sini di se non we rados ne songoya diso ne gasat stonsra seriera ne soiera eto dio donhak ne gwat ni gora. And it translates, my people, listen for a short time, the business has now come to pass. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to the people so that peace will continue for all. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to our Mother, the Earth, as she still goes along, giving of her own strength to enable us to live good lives. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to all things that support us on the earth. Everyone will bring our minds together as one and send our greetings to all things that support us in the sky and in the heavens. And now we send our thanksgiving and greetings to Sungwayat Dizo, the Creator, the great strength of the natural world. Let this always continue in our minds. Yeah. So before you have an agenda, and because we have people online, I will ask for a motion to declare this meeting now open. Is there a mover and seconder?
A motion.
Linda?
I'll second.
And O'Guarry, is there anybody opposed? No. Seeing none, the motion is carried. We have an agenda before you dated January the 7th for the regular council meeting today. The first item is to review and adopt the agenda. Then we will have the council minutes of December the 19th, 2025 to be approved. Any business arising from those minutes will be next. Any upcoming meetings outside of the council, outside of the territory, will require council approval. And outside of the territory means anywhere from pretty much Trenton to Kingston area. Administration, there will be a resolution to acknowledge the current council act for 2026, 2027. Water and sewer servicing on the Slash Road, there's some additional geotechnical work to be done in the area prior to construction, is recommended by FNES. There's a community infrastructure for the lower Slash Road water serving, I just mentioned that. There's a business registration for Adrian Brandt Carpentry. The Iroquois Caucus meeting will be February the 18th and 19th here. Land transfers from to John Hill. This is to settle the encroachment on his lands at Hickory Lane and Airport Road. And there's been a financial payment and a lot exchange to correct that. The CAS, the Children's Aid Society Memorandum of Understanding, needs to be approved. The Home and Community Care Agreement with the Ministry of Health needs to be approved. There's some IC amendments, number 117, 118, 119, for additional funding for approved programs and services. There's some legal invoices to be paid that relate to the Culberson partial settlement distribution. There's JFK law invoices to be paid that relates to just general matters and the police court injunction of Seth LaForte. There's the community center rental policy with some additional cost increases recommended to deal for the kitchen area. CMHC Section 95 loan agreement needs to be signed for construction of additional, I think it's 5 units. And Derek Wong invoices have to be paid. These relate to usually energy projects. Then there's the upcoming meetings of the council. The local business will be held January the 14th at 7 p.m. January 21st will be the regular council meeting. January the 28th will be local business at 7 p.m. February the 4th will be the regular council meeting. February the 11th will be local business. February the 18th will be regular council meeting. February the 25th will be local business. Those are the agenda for the public portion of the minutes. Can I have a motion to accept the agenda as provided?
I'll motion.
Is there a seconder? Curtis, anybody opposed? Any opposition?
I was gonna say, the John Hill one, will have to be pulled off for now because it's not ready yet.
Which one is that?
John Hill,
The land's allotment.
Okay, so that's
all the other paperwork hasn't been sent
Number
out
9.
yet.
number 9. Okay, so number 9 is to be
It'll be delayed until we get the some paperwork back.
pulled. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, I was trying to get your attention before
Yeah,
that.
anyway. So then we will have that motion will be to approve the agenda as provided with the exception of number 9, which will be transferred to, that will be ready for the next council meeting?
Yes, as long as he signs all the documents.
Okay,
We're just waiting on him to.
Yeah, we'll
okay.
follow up with him.
okay, thank you. Okay, the next item of business then, that motion is carried. The next item of business are to approve the minutes of December the 19th at 9:30 a.m. I was present. Ogwari was here, Chris Brandt was here, Curtis was here, Aaron was here, and our new elected councillor, Sarah Loft, was present. Regrets, Linda Lewin was not feeling well. Staff, Angela Miracle was present. Shelley Bowden, the Executive Administrative Assistant and Recording Secretary of the Council is here. Charles Miracle, my assistant, was here. Motion was moved by Ogwari and seconded by Curtis to call this meeting to order. The motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris B. Brandt. The motion was carried to adopt the agenda. The motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Brandt that the council hereby approves Chief Bardal Miracle to remove the Queen Anne silver from the Bank of Montreal vault for the parish Christmas Eve service on December the 24th. MCR 2025-2669 was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Ogwari to approve the council meetings of January and February 2026. The regular council was January the 7th and 23rd at 9, that should read 9 a.m. And regular council meeting was February the 6th and 17th at 9 a.m. And that has been corrected yesterday. Motion 5 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Aaron to schedule the council swearing in ceremony for January the 11th at 2 p.m. at the community center. The motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Ogwari and seconded by Chris to approve to proceed with the drinking water service feasibility study and MVQ will cash manage the project. The motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Ogwari to approve scheduling a meeting with Kyle Weir, Associate Regional Director General, Indigenous Services Canada, Ontario Region during the Christmas holiday break for a lobby session. Motion was carried. Motion 8 was moved by Chris and seconded by Curtis. The meeting going private at 9:55 p.m. So the only thing I have to report there, the meeting that was to be scheduled with Kyle Weir was to find out the status of the PAYE items that they're going to pay at year end based on our lobby. I was able, Kyle lives in Halifax, so I was able to do it over the phone over the Christmas break because he's leaving on January the 5th to go on paternity leave until May 25th. So I did get the list, and there's some follow-up reports that have to be done, and it's been delegated to staff, and they're working on it to get it all corrected, and there's $1.2 million will be released. And I'll give you a copy of that report. I think it's already been emailed to you already. Is that correct, Charlie?
It's on the agenda.
It's on the agenda, okay. And that's just to acknowledge that you have received it and it's being looked after, okay? So the next item then is to approve these minutes. Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections that have not already been noted?
Not that I saw.
If not, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
I'll motion.
Maguire? And Curtis, is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Is there any business arising for the minutes? Curtis? Aaron?
No.
Sarah? Linda? Ogwari? None? Okay, none will be noted then. Upcoming meetings outside of the territory. I have one that's been approved some time ago to meet with Steny Brown about public health and safe drinking water in First Nations communities, and he's the in charge of the Della Lana Public Health School in Toronto, and so I'll be meeting with him. I think we can get some strong support there for safe drinking water for First Nations, because we still have 226 community members that are still on a boil water advisory, a precautionary boil water advisory.
Then when are you meeting with her, Chief?
I have to call him to find out. He's not going to be available till the middle of January sometime, so I will schedule a meeting and I will follow up on that. That was approved some time ago. He's away right now, but he attended our gala. I think some of you met him. We had the fundraising for the long-term care and the Belleville Hospital Foundation. So apart from that, the meetings outside the territory for me are January the 21st and 22nd is the OFNPA meeting. It's about policing in Rama. January the 28th and 29th is the AI Chiefs Council Strategic Planning Session at the Toronto Hilton Airport. January the 3rd and 4th is the NIHB National Dialogue Session in Vancouver, BC. And I've been asked to represent the Chiefs of Ontario at this meeting, the Chiefs Committee on Health, and they will pay for all the expenses.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Sorry for being late. I never got any notifications on the new next start.
Okay. Okay. February the 11th and 12th, it was the 19th Annual Health Forum at the Toronto Hilton Airport. That's an annual meeting, and so usually the director of the counselor in charge of health will go attend that meeting along with myself and some of our health staff, mostly the NIHB people and mental health. February 18th and 19th is the AI Health Transition meeting at the Toronto Hilton Airport, and that conflicts with the Iroquois Caucus meeting that we are hosting here at Mohawk Bay. So I will be staying back to attend the Iroquois Caucus meeting. And I've already mentioned the meeting with Dr. Steny Brown. Is there a motion to approve these meetings? Or do you have any meetings outside the territory, Chris?
No.
Curtis?
Yes.
Okay, which ones? What's yours?
The January 28th. Okay.
Chiefs Council meeting. Strategic planning session.
Okay, Curtis is going to go to that. Is there any, do you have any, Eric?
No.
Sarah? No. Linda? Ogwari?
Should I be attending the OFNPA one?
I would think so.
I'll go to that. Figure out how to.
And of course, it's the age-old problem with the lack of adequate funding. A motion to approve those meeting dates with Curtis will be attending January 28th and Ogwari will be attending the OFNPA meeting as well. Is there a motion to approve?
A motion.
Aaron, is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda? Is there anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There is a council resolution to notify the department, formally, I guess, that the council, the elected, it would comprise the council that were elected on December the 5th, 2025. Is there a motion mover for that MCR?
I'll motion.
Aaron? And who will second?
I'll second that, Chief.
Chris Brandt?
Is there a sign thing for that?
Okay, is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The Lower Slash Road and Mowbray's water servicing. First Nations Engineering is recommending we undertake additional geotechnical investigations along highway, that should say highway HWY 49 prior to tender. MTO requires horizontal directional drilling needed to confirm geological site conditions to ensure we capture any rock refusal. If known upfront, it will reduce potential extras and hopefully receive a competitive pricing. First Nations Engineering Services is recommending the additional geotechnical investigation at a cost of $29,750 to support the water extension service to Lower Slash Road. Recommendations to undertake the additional work. Is there a mover?
I'll move, Chief.
Is, just a question, is that going to be along the whole roadway, or is that going to be just in certain areas?
It's just, my understanding is that we'll come across Slash Road down into Lower Slash.
Lower Slash, yeah.
And Mowbray's Road, so it'll just be the area where the work will take place.
So what it entailed is that NTO put these other requirements on it?
Oh,
So you can't cross with your water line right at the.
You got to go under the
Yeah,
You
highway.
have to go up, over, and then.
and then come back down.
I said, now, who's paying for that? So they're putting the cost back to NTO. So you guys require this? You guys pay for it. Hopefully.
I'm,
And it's a matter of Frank, she's got a long last name, but Frank is the director
Yeah.
of MTO. She wants to meet with council, and I want this put on the agenda for that meeting.
I wonder, can they not, with the water line, can they not go deeper, or like, can they not cross?
We want to know why the requirement was like that. So I wasn't too sure of, Chief, can you remember?
Because
Of
that doesn't
the
make sense,
crossing
that's a
at the-
big cost.
Well, these are engineering questions.
Well,
I
this
don't,
part is for geological site assessment, so it
Yeah,
must be
oh.
to see what they have to do.
Yep. To bore.
Yeah.
Yeah, still, it's gonna be another cost, right, so.
okay,
We
if
want to
you,
go back to that.
if you need clarity, I'd rather you hear from the engineer. Would you like me to get a hold of Justin G?
No.
No, that's fine, Chip just explained it, and he's been talking with him anyway.
Yeah.
I thought Justin retired. Didn't
I'm
Justin?
good,
Name was on the
I'll,
document.
do we need a second for that?
We do.
I'll second that then, chief. But, if, hopefully the MTO will, take care of that cost, because it's their,
So,
it's them that's creating the extra costs.
Agreed.
And that is. Worry.
you want to pay for it?
Yeah.
Want to wait until Shelley gets back? Okay. Well, it's already noted on the documentation chart. You can work with that too. Is there anybody opposed to the resolution for the additional geotechnical work with the proviso we will be asking MTO to pay those costs, and that will be part of the motion?
Nope.
Is the mover and seconder agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried. There is a new business registration for Adrian Brandt Carpentry, Adrian James Brandt. It's a new residential and rental custom finished carpentry. Work is done off-site, so no environmental or fire inspections are required, and insurance is on file. Does council approve this new business registration? If so, I need a mover and second.
I'll move that, chief.
Hey, chief, I just got one question on it.
Yes?
Is that, is his address, his mailing address is Desjardins. He's registered business up there, so does the mail not, or that have to be registered for up there and not to his own private residence in Desjardins? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't
I'm
think the
just asking.
policy speaks to that. I think he's abandoned there. Probably it's because he's going to be doing work for people on the reserve. That's probably why he's asked for a business registration.
But it's asking,
No, I understand that, chief, but I said he's got his mailing business as in Desjardins, but he's got his business registered there. So how does that coincide with?
it says applicant's mailing address, and that's what's in Desirano.
So
But
does
his
this qualify?
business address is on Upper Slash Road.
So shouldn't that where your mailing address be?
Yeah, but this is asking for the applicant's mailing address, which is him. So that's his home address.
No, I'm just asking.
I would imagine that all
Screw
his,
in. Oh,
his stuff would go to his business
So-
address.
So is this compliant with the policy, Angela?
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything
yeah.
outside
okay.
of the
I
policy
just
in it.
asked.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna ask the same thing, Chip.
Just so it didn't screw him up.
If his business,
think it'd be okay. You
his
don't have to
member,
live at
his
your
business is
business,
on the
right?
reserve, but he resides off the reserve, well, then he wants his mail to go to his house so that he makes sure that he gets it.
It doesn't say
Not
that.
It's really his prerogative
It's still
to.
It doesn't
probably,
matter, it's still.
it
on
would
the
go to
reserve.
his business address whenever he's put on his documentation for his business. They just ask for his home address.
Yeah.
Well, maybe to sort out this type of confusion, if they can have room for both on the application.
It is on the
applicant's name,
application.
It's just, you have to scroll to the bottom.
as well as the location of the business address.
Yes, that's on there.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Curtis?
Did I make it confusing? The only reason I said it, chief, is because we had a member here that registered his business on here, but he had his mailing address in Toronto. You see where I'm going? Yeah, and he started getting charged taxes.
But
Okay.
is he a member?
Yeah, but he had his mailing address up there of his business stuff going there. I'm just saying, just asking the question.
Well, just look into it a little bit further to answer Chip's question, and then
Well,
we can-
I'm just safety for him. That's all.
Okay, and the Chris Brandt moved it. Who's seconding it?
I'll second, it, chief.
Curtis?
I just want him to.
Approved. Anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. So there are two scheduled meetings for the Iroquois caucus in the new year. One was yesterday. And the Iroquois caucus is hiring, gave us an update on the hiring of the new coordinator. And of course, they have to check the references, so I'm not able to tell you at this point in time who it is. And they also recommend that they hire an analyst. And so they've interviewed some people that they think is a good candidate, and they're checking their references. And there'll be another call with the two Grand Chiefs and to review that in the next few days. Gunawagi's HR department will be doing that, and we'll hear back once the decision is finally ratified by the chiefs, and that was pretty much it. And we also had a meeting with Chief Phil Franks from Water to see if they were interested in rejoining the caucus, and he indicated that they probably will be, but again, he's got to run it by his council. And the concern was really just the lack of follow-up and progress on issues that are being discussed. And I did recommend that we need to have more meetings with the government officials that we have these issues with, and there needs to be proactive lobby sessions to correct these issues of concern. There was a feeling that the AFN speaks for everybody, and sometimes they're not. Their stance is not in align with the stance of the Iroquois communities, and so there was a protocol established with the FN a number of years ago that the Iroquois caucusins will speak for themselves. So anyway, so that's what we discussed yesterday at January the 6th with the chiefs meeting with the Iroquois caucus. And the assembly of the full Iroquois caucus, which all the councillors are encouraged to attend, is February the 18th and 19th here at the community center. We just need to know who will be going to attend the February caucus meeting.
I'll be going.
I will attend.
Chris, Brant, Aaron, anybody else available to go?
I should be able to.
Linda, you're going to attend, or Gary?
Yeah.
And Sarah, are you available?
Unfortunately, I'm gone at that time.
Okay. Work related?
Yeah, actually, I think I am. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah.
So we need a motion then to approve that. Who will move?
I'll move.
No second.
And if there's some reason something comes up you can't attend, just let me know so I'm not holding up the meeting, phoning, asking where you are.
Chief, where is the meeting being held?
At the community center. And I presume the staff have made all the arrangements for the booking of the community center for that?
Correct.
She
shared about all of them.
An analyst.
There are a number of land transfers. There's a land transfer from Howard Donald Joshua Brandt, Nancy Rose Brandt, Janet Louise Trumper, Valerie Diane Dana, and Donna Marie Brandt to Thomas Joseph Miracle for lot 2-2 concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 76775. There's a land transfer from Kathy Christine Brown to Elijah Chavez Miracle for lot 70 IN part lots 6 and 7 south of the road, concession 1, revised statutes of Ontario 6730R, and lot 46-4, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 79706. There's a land transfer from Sarah Wilhelmina Brandt to Sarah Courtney Bernhardt for lot 32K-3, concession A, revised statutes of Ontario 2110, save and accept lot 32K-5, concession 5, Candaland Survey Record 111595. There's a land transfer from Karen May Lewis to Rachel Catherine Beck for lot 5D-7, concession 2, Candaland Survey Record 114185. There's a land transfer from Sherry Lewis to Michael Christian Brandt for lot 27H-4-2, concession 2, Candaland Survey Record 95766. There's a land transfer from Marion Patricia Brinklow to Patricia Leanne Downer, Richard Mark Brinklow, and Marion Patricia Brinklow as joint tenants for lot 33K-2, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 97361. There's a land transfer from Matthew Kelly Brandt to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste for lot 683-2, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 97360, and lot 3B-2-3, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 97360. There's a land transfer from Miles Orville Wesley Adam Green to Skylar Jason Leo Green for lot 23L-10-1, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 109363. There's a land transfer from Joseph Daniel Petterbaugh to Melanie Joyce Creasy, Stephanie Ann Partridge, Adam Charles Petterbaugh, and Joseph Daniel Petterbaugh and as joint tenants for lot 30C-3 concession 2, Canada Land Survey record 94740, lot 30C-5 concession 2, Canada Land Survey record 1110821, lot 30C-2, save and accept lot 30C-4 and lots 30C-5 concession 2, Canada Land Survey record 110821, lot 30K 1-5 concession A, revised statutes 4905R and lot 31K-1-6 concession A, revised statutes of Ontario 4905R. There's a land transfer from Sarah Joyce, I think that should be Miracle. Just correct that, please. McGinty to Adam David Kring for parcel E, lot 10, concession 1, Canada Land Survey record 51173. Is there a motion to approve these land transfers?
I'll motion.
I'll
Ogwari?
second.
Who's seconding?
I'll second.
Aaron?
I'm declare a conflict, chief.
Curtis conflict?
There's a conflict for me.
Sarah conflict? Are there any other conflicts? Seeing none, a quorum of council is approved, the motion is carried.
9 is.
Okay.
Number 9, we're gonna hold off on.
Yes, and since it's on the agenda, we will just defer this item then, so motion to defer.
I'll motion.
What motion is that?
Number
I'll second
9,
it,
it's
Chief.
just not complete
Oh,
yet.
the John Hill. We just talked about that. That's good. I'll second. You did already?
He did.
Okay. I'm good.
Anybody opposed with the deferral? It's carried. The CAS Memorandum of Understanding with the Children's Aid Society. CWC MFS have been working with 5 different child welfare agencies to have one consistent memorandum of understanding, and that should be consistent.
It's changed in the system.
Memorandum of Understanding, please see the briefing note for further information. Council recommendation, the council approve the signing of the MOU between Mohawk Family Services and Highland Shores, CAS, FAS, CSFLA, Leeds and Grenville, Native Child Family Services of Toronto, and DBCFS. I think that's the one in Shannonville. Is there a motion to approve this to have one template for agreement?
I'll motion, chief.
Now second, chief.
Chris Brandt and Linda. Is there anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. I would also recommend that the council from time to time have a meeting with the CWC director and the heads of these Children's Aid Society to know what's happening with our kids, just for information sharing. And if you have any concerns, it's a forum for you to raise those concerns.
I did have meetings with them.
Pardon me?
I did have meetings when we went, and and also I was on the SR, the AA, on the board.
Yeah, she's on the board, but I just think there should be a discussion from time to update the full council. So I know there's a lot of emails that go back and forth and stuff, but it would just be good to know some faces behind these names. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the Home and Community Care Agreement with the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health has updated the MBQ needs to renew the agreement. This is to fund the Home and Community Care Program in the amount of $242,600. These funds are allocated to access to and coordinate the provisions of home and community services to clients. The recommendation is to approve the signing of the agreement with the Ministry of Health and provision of the home and community care services. Is there a motion to sign this agreement?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda, is anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, the motion is carried. And just to note,
And is that's just for this, for the 1 year
it's for the area.
per year, and they will, come back to us every year with, funding agreement?
Yeah, and this, it says, all funding increases announced in October 2023 have been implemented in your new current agreements and are incorporated in your new agreement as of 2024. Your annual allocation for home and community care services is $242,600. And I think that, and a total of $45,500 has been included in your community budget for Homemakers Act program effective immediately. And I think that's, and your funding contract for the $3 per hour wage increase will be terminated and the budget transferred to the Homemakers and Nurses Services Act program. And the total was $45,500 has been included in the community's budget.
Yeah.
So that motion is carried then. Sign it to authorize the signing of this agreement. There are some amendments to our Indigenous Services Canada agreement, amendment number 117, 118, 119 for 25-26, the current fiscal year. And please request to acknowledge and approve amendments forwarded by ISC for additional program funding for the fiscal years 25-26. Amendment 117 is for the COHI, Child Oral Health Unit, $39,000, and I think this is a transfer. Is that, it's a transfer agreement?
It's a flow through.
Flow through, yeah. And 118 is service agreements, Q3WK for $172,301. What is that, Angela?
Sorry, what was the other one?
The amendment number 118, the Q3WK, I don't understand what that is. 172,301.
That's just their code that ISC attaches to it. Q3WK is ISC's code.
Okay.
It's,
What-
it's for waste, management, operation and maintenance.
Okay, thank you. Amendment 119, the Community
Opportunity readiness.
Opportunity Readiness Program, Q3VT, $71,019 for capacity building. Is there a motion to approve these amendments?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there a seconder?
And
Curtis, is anybody opposed?
I was just,
Any abstentions?
what is the, just before we go on, looking at, the actual, amendments of 117, and it has parties wish to amend the agreement in the order for the year of 2025-26 in an amount of $220,000. So what is that all about?
Angela, can you speak to that, please?
It's on the, I'm just reading it on this, the first amendment number 117.
it says that's what's for the renovations. HSG Reno strategic approach, 220,000.
Okay, so where is that in, where does that state in, where the chief had just read?
He just read what Cecil put on the agenda page.
That's right. So,
It's a
but we're
not-
not recognizing that other 220,000.
It's just the amended amount that they're putting through. So if they change the amount from the original agreement that came in,
It was
so say the
$45,500.
220 was original.
Oh, that's just where that, we don't have
Shelley
to, sign off on that. We
They
just,
amended the agreement to include the
shoot.
additional increase, 45,000, and they're transferring it to a different budget, the increase.
okay.
Shelley's got something.
Yeah.
I believe that there's just an error on the agenda page. It should have been that housing, 220,000, because we did the oral health
At the
initiative
last meeting.
at the last, on the December 3rd. So I think she just didn't change that when she added the 18.
18 and 19.
18 and 19, so it's just an error. It should be that housing renovations
Okay.
for 220,000.
Right.
Okay, so that doesn't relate to this at all then, or does it?
It what?
Does that relate to this agreement, the 220,000?
Yeah,
She's saying there's an error on the
On the-
agenda page. That
Okay.
Cecil
it should have said the housing renovations
for 220,000.
for $220,000.
Okay,
So.
but the agreement is in order.
Yes,
this is
Everything's
all-
in
this is
order.
all okay.
yes.
Everything's in order.
Just the
it's
agenda
just-
page was wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, just sign that, and then it's got to come around this side.
I have a question.
Okay, Sarah?
So this amount that's been given us for $220,000, it says that it's for major renovations for 5 units? Is that what this is? Is that what this, I'm reading this correctly? This is
I thought that
$220,000?
related to housing.
Oops,
Yeah, isn't that what?
Is-
We
In
got
Tom's
something
area.
going on here.
just a
Talking
second.
about
Sarah.
118, right?
Sarah, can you speak into the mic because
Oh,
people will
sorry.
be able to hear?
We're talking about 118 amendment?
You're gonna have to bring your mic around your computer.
Okay,
Sarah.
I have to wait for the
letter-
come back. It's just going around for
Very
signature.
finicky.
So send it
Here
back.
it is. It does. It says
I
in
gotta
the
go to
letter,
Sarah for
5
the doctor.
units for 220,000. It's in the letter.
Oh, mine is for waste management.
Let's see, it's another right here.
118?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's
Oh, it's okay now.
Mine's housing.
It's 172,301 is amendment 118.
Yeah,
But she's talking about the 220,000, which was 117.
That's one, yeah.
Oh, that's 117, sorry.
Yes.
see the, and here,
Okay.
and yeah, it did.
Uh,
On the briefing note, it states 117, and the oral health.
Was the oral,
39,
okay.
But on another page, it says 117, which is
But
the,
oral health
Okay.
is,
yeah.
Yeah.
was already done.
Okay, you must have a different agenda page than
But
I
why
do.
would they be both 117 then? If they're two
They're
different
not,
items?
just, the new one is 117.
Okay.
But the description she gave is wrong.
Okay.
All
It
right,
should have been changed to that housing and not say oral health.
yeah,
Okay.
10 part.
Okay, so are we talking about 117 right now or 118?
Okay, 117 says, whereas the parties wish to amend the agreement in order to include additional program funding for fiscal year 26 in the amount of $220,000.
Yeah, that's 117.
117.
117 for the housing.
Yeah, that's 117,
Or for infrastructure.
right here.
And the letter in the file
Is correct.
tells you what the 220,000 is for.
Yes.
Which is the 5 units that you mentioned.
Right,
Is it-
okay,
is-
so that's for
Is this the same?
major
agenda-
renovations for,
Is this the
5
same
units.
agenda page that you have? Or is mine different?
okay, so this is right, but what Shelley's saying is that the description for 117 is incorrect. It's actually housing for the
Okay.
220.
So, okay, then we'll just put the 220,000 here. But it's, instead of 172, it should read 220,000, correct, Angela?
And it's for renovations
On 5
strategic
units.
approach year 2.
Yeah, I've noted that on this, correction on this agenda page.
I guess the question that I have is that for the 220,000 for major renovations, is that adequate? Is that enough funds?
Never,
For 5
It's
units.
additional.
never enough funds.
Okay,
There's never
but
enough.
for the 5 units that have been identified, is this, the 220 is in addition or is identified for the 5 units?
So we applied for and got
This is
220,000
additional
for
funding.
additional work.
All of this here is additional funding.
Yes.
Okay,
On top of what we get.
This is an amendment to give us more money. over and above what's in our other agreement.
And in the letter, it just says, these are eligible homes that are band-owned rental properties that do not fall under the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation Section 95 housing program.
So
Okay.
those
I guess
are-
maybe the question I have that because it doesn't say additional anywhere, does
Yeah.
it? And I'm missing that?
But it is additional.
Okay.
So the error has been corrected on the agenda page to note the 220,000 instead of 172 as per the agreement.
And this is a 5-year approach, and this is year 2 funding. It says.
So this year is gonna be, is number 2. Started, last year.
Just pass it on when you sign it.
I can't sign it because my name's not on it. It's
Oh,
still-
yeah, it says Chris's
it still
name
has
on the
Chris on
bottom.
it.
Yeah, because they haven't been used, just did the MCR today.
Is your name not on
So
the
they,
tour
they
signal?
haven't been notified.
Here,
to
let me
change
see.
it.
I'll put it on there.
So we're just gonna have to scratch out Chris's name and write in Sarah's name.
Okay, chief will do that.
And it's Kristen Sarah.
And just write your name underneath your signature. Thank you, Sarah.
Nail on.
So can we just make sure that gets corrected for the next council meeting, our MCRs?
Oh, chief, I think you gotta do this one too.
Pardon me?
There's 3 amendments there.
What? Okay, we can talk after, because we're live right now.
There, you're on this one here, on the second one, but not the first one.
There should be 3 there.
I scratched out Chris Miracle's name.
There's 3 amendments. At least I believe there's 3.
3 signs.
Really? I only signed 2.
And it's correct on the second copy there. I noticed that. Pass that on to,
Was the 3rd amendment put in there?
Is there 3 signatures there?
There's 3, yeah.
Then I missed one, I think. Thank you.
okay, we'll wait till that comes back.
They're not 3. They're not 3 in there?
Okay,
There's 3.
this is what the PAYE report looks like for 100, and it was emailed to the council. Did you get it? So there's 1,216,477.69, and so the reports have to be up to date in order for this money to be transferred. So the staff are working on that.
Chief, just note that I haven't been getting any emails or anything. I didn't check my queue. Normally it comes to my telephone, but it's, right, she said this.
Okay,
My telephone is.
Charlie, could you get Chris a this report, please?
His changing my telephone to a new telephone.
Okay.
So everything will be in the telephone. I'll see it.
Okay,
That's okay.
Can I see that?
did you get it, Sarah?
Yeah, well, it's easier to see this way.
I asked Kyle for the reports that they had on the registry for PAY for MBQ, so we could follow up to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. And that's what the report looks like and the program. So the program managers are aware of the reports, the directors are aware, and they're working on getting it. Some of it has already been sent in. It's just waiting for the department to acknowledge it's been received.
My last name wrong.
And these are usually things that the departments didn't have the money for that we lobbied, but they said they would pay at year end from any surpluses they have. Angela, do you know, if you don't, could you ask Cecil, did we get all of the money for the fire hall? Because there was one payment that they had to make at year end in the fourth quarter. Or not in the fourth.
I know for the last two, they had my middle name wrong.
Okay, your middle name is wrong?
Yeah, I crossed it, I was wrote the right one.
Okay, can we correct that on the agreements of the,
That's,
Oguari's middle name is incorrect?
Well,
What should it read?
They have Samuel, it's supposed to be Sam.
real?
If the directors could pay closer attention to these things that are put on the agenda
Yeah, the first one.
and have them corrected.
I've never seen your middle name on, well, I didn't really look at that one.
But you crossed
Sampson
it out
versus
initially.
Samuel.
That's not on the directors, though. That's the department that has messed up, because it would have been sent right from the
But let's write
code
them a letter,
officer
let's make
when
sure
you got
they
elected.
get the names right.
So it's not that.
So it shouldn't read Counselor Chase Ryan Sampson.
Oh, that is right, Chase Ryan Sampson.
That's right,
It's
okay.
Samuel.
Oh, I see, one is Samuel.
Yeah, 2 and 3 both said Samuel.
Isn't that crazy? It's the same agreement and you've got two different names, it's the same thing. Honestly.
Shape shifting.
Okay. There are some legal invoices to be paid. Invoice number 2060525 in the amount of $29,932.50. It's for the Culberson partial settlement per capita distribution. And invoice number 20625 in the amount of $2,963 for the Culberson partial settlement per capita distribution. I guess Angela, you and the staff have been working with the lawyers on this. Are you recommending it for approval?
Chief, just for the public or those people online, with the first one of the number 206-05255, you actually, you said 29,000.
Oh, $2,932.50.
That's better.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll motion that, Chief.
I'll second.
Angela, you recommended these for payment?
Yes,
Okay, motion's
we
carried.
needed to get all the paperwork in place in order to fulfill the motion that you guys made.
Yeah. We used to have on the council pages, the directors and the finance officer signed it off, and so I see that's missing now on these council pages. All right. Has that been deleted? Austin,
No, it
did you-
hasn't been deleted.
Okay, just not on this one. Okay, thank you.
Oh, I missed who did what.
Okay, the next one, so that's been approved. The JFK law invoices, invoice number 404-601, $637.50 for general advice. And an invoice number 404-693, $56,829.92 for the Seth Report court injunction that's regarding the, to prevent the police from enforcing the law. And so that application was withdrawn, but there will be, this is the November invoice, there will be another invoice coming in for December. Is there a motion to pay this invoice? Gary Miracle from the Ontario First Nations Policing Bureau is going to cover the cost of these invoices.
So we pay it and they'll pay us back.
That's my understanding.
Okay, I'll motion. And we're, just to clarify, are we going to be asking Mr. Lafort for, or
We made a motion in
Did
the
we
last
made a motion,
meeting
and is
we'll
that
ask
being worked on?
anybody.
The
We'll ask
lawyers are
all of
aware of
them
it.
for-
I did have a conversation with the lawyer and they are aware of the council motion.
Okay, so just for,
They'll
so
be
just,
asking for something.
so that the public knows now that whenever anybody takes the band to court, that we will be,
Normally the lawyers ask for something called partial indemnity, which is half of the bill, 50% of the bill. But if it's very egregious, they will ask for 100%.
okay. So we all know then anytime the band has been taken to
Because
court.
we don't have a lot of money for professional expenses for legal costs for these types of things. And so to me, a lot of this stuff doesn't really have merit and it's frivolous. And so the members know that if they do this kind of thing, there's a danger of them winding up having to reverse the band their costs. It's just to give the people community notice.
And so just to clarify, the justification for that is it comes out of community funds.
It is. All of it, it's not, the money doesn't belong to band council. It belongs to the people. And when the people take band council to court, they're wasting the people's money,
Yeah.
not the band's money.
I just want to clarify that people's money, it's for the delivery of programs and services for the people. So it's not like a pot of money that everybody has a share and says, give me my share. It's for programs and services.
So,
And of course, the investments, there's interest and stuff, so there's other revenue that we have to take it from.
But we don't get delegated money for,
No, there's some money for legal, for administrative things like your audit and stuff like that, but and usually we have insurance that, but in this case, I did ask Gary that this is really unfair, that we should have to go to court to clarify what the law is, that falls back on one community. So he said under those terms, they would pay for it.
And then, so just to clarify that this is a motion going forward about,
That's correct.
about costs.
Yeah, that's correct.
we've made the motion.
It doesn't
yeah.
matter who the plaintiff is.
No.
Or, sorry,
The band
if there is a court action that's launched against
NBQ.
NBQ, that
for any reason.
if the case is shown to be frivolous,
Yeah, well, the lawyer-
abusive process, that we will
The lawyer will always,
seek costs.
any case that goes before the lawyer's instructed to get costs. But some of it usually is only partial indemnity, which is 50%.
Yeah, or you can get substantive, but it's
Yeah,
usually never 100%.
we did
but-
in one case here,
Yeah,
100%
100%.
plus punitive damages.
Yeah.
Because it was an abuse of the court
Abuse
system.
of course system.
Hey, Chris Brandt is moving. Who's seconding it to pay this bill?
I will, Chief.
And Curtis, and that's the understanding in the motion, Gary Miracle from OpenPB will reverse. And he said it would not affect any of the policing budget for town police service. So it doesn't mean that we're going to do without an officer to pay this bill. JFK law invoices.
Just
The-
adjusted
pardon,
it.
it's
The Mohawk Community Center.
the community center, yes. No, there's JFK law invoices here.
No, we
too.
just did that,
We
Chief.
did that,
The
Chief.
ones before it was
Gallons.
Gowlings.
Gallons. Yeah, we did Gallons.
And we did JFK.
JFK, okay, yes, okay. The Mohawk Community Center, okay. They're requesting a policy change to increase the kitchen use a rate from $50 to $250 and increasing the deposit amount to $300 per floor. Recommendation that council approve the policy change.
So we deferred this from last
We
meeting
did defer
because
this
we
from
wanted to know
before.
why.
Yeah. I just can't understand why such a big increase from $50 to $250. Like,
Okay.
I agree with an increase, but I think that's a little excessive.
We,
I would think that like 100 to 125 for use of the kitchen. Like, how do they come up with that amount?
Okay,
just bring them in.
Angela, could you ask Shu to come in and whoever was involved in this policy change recommendation? Because I don't know the rationale for it either.
I can understand that. Is it run on natural gas? Is a stove?
It is,
So-
it was converted.
Okay, so a little bit of an increase for somebody using the stoves like for natural gas, but you're not gonna use that much more for natural gas. Like it's crazy.
We'll see what she says. Maybe it's a cleanup fee. But I would
No,
point out
no.
too, in the agenda, it says
If you've been to,
increase the kitchen rate from 50, and then it says deposit. So is it a rate or is it the deposit?
deposit per floor is at 300, and which
Is
is
that the deposit or is that the rate?
the
It's a
deposit, deposit, you get the deposit back if you clean up the floors and you sweep and everything.
Take the garbage out.
You take the garbage out and you do all that, you get your $300 back. But this increase from 50 to 250 is only for using the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Like I do recall one time with the east entrance door going to the kitchen. That's the one that goes in that little hallway with
Yeah.
for the kitchen. We had donated the hall for a spaghetti supper, and somehow or other somebody must have been taking spaghetti home with them, and they just upset in the stairwell, and they just left it there. And so it was a real mess to clean up. They actually had to take the carpet up,
Oh, no.
but there's some people will.
But then they wouldn't get their deposit back.
That's
And
right.
some
They
people
wouldn't get the
leave
deposit.
leave dirty knives and forks for them, dirty dishes for them to wash and stuff like that. So then, that's probably what's provoked this policy change. Mind you, the majority of people don't do that, but there have been the odd ones that has done that, or stuff, equipment goes missing.
And so my question is then, the workers that actually clean the community center, why are we paying them when, so that's just minor stuff that they're cleaning
Well,
then?
Really what they do is they sweep up and put the garbage out, but the floors do have to be sanitized. Everything's got to be sanitized after it's used.
Okay, so they come in there to sanitize because,
Yeah, they mop the floor. They don't mop the floor. They just ask them to sweep the floor.
yeah, that's right. Anybody that's renting it has to sweep it and
Yeah.
have to put the chairs back and,
I can tell you, I have rented the hall and paid the fee, and I've actually had to wash food off of the chairs that people could sit down, and actually had to mop the floor. Because it was so dirty.
So which is,
And you had to wash all the dishes and forks and knives before you could use them.
Keep in mind, we're still live.
Okay, Tom, I guess you and Shu worked on the policy change for the recommendations for the deposit in the community center and the use of the kitchen. Okay, one of the counselors have asked for the rationale for this policy change. What's behind all that?
The initial change was to accommodate for the requests for the,
What kind of issues are you facing provoking the changing the rate? Is it just
initial-
budgetary or is
the
it?
initial reason why we let the policy change, so we had, someone come forward wanting changes to how the substance done.
Yeah, but
Can
that
you
was already approved.
Right.
So now
Can
what
you
add
speak
on
can you speak
is-
into the mic there?
And underneath that, we also looked at making the changes to the deposits. We've had, community members actively just walk away from their deposit because it's easier than cleaning.
When they have to clean, is it just, used to be they just would have to take the garbage out and sweep the floor and not
Sweep the
leave
floor,
dirty
mop up
dishes?
any big messes, like if you, like sometimes at a
But they don't
dance,
have to mop the floors.
Sometimes at a dance, the dance floor does get a little sticky from time to time or near the bar area. So any time where there's a massive mess, we would expect it at least to be spot mopped.
But they don't have to mop the floor if they swept and there's
If
no.
they swept and, like, we're not looking for someone to come in and make this immaculate. Just don't
Okay,
leave
so
it.
but the cleaner's always going in and mop the floors after every.
Cleaner
use.
comes in at 5 o'clock in the morning
Chris.
so that we can have it ready for the next morning. So the bigger the mess is, the harder it is to make sure it's ready for the next people that might have it the next day.
Okay, Chris?
cleanup states, decorations are taken down and tape adhesive removed. All food beverages are emptied, removed from the kitchen area. All garbage is removed and placed in bins outside. Recycling is removed and placed outside in the bins. Floor is swept. A rough mop is completed and tables wiped down and returned to the original setups. So it is actually stating that it should be rough mopped. So like if I'm getting this right, okay, I understand that yes, you can't just go in there. I agree with the increase of $300 per floor for a deposit. Okay,
That's
that
what they
is
said.
fine. But my concern is just the use of the kitchen. Why has it gone from $50 to $250? Such a drastic change. And the only thing I could see the difference is the amount of gas that is being used, natural gas. So the increase in the natural gas rate, but other than that, why
So what
such a big increase?
So one of the reasons is some people want to rent just the kitchen,
Yes.
which then sometimes impacts us to be able to rent the other space out there. Just renting just the kitchen can also leave a bigger mess. If 250 isn't what council thinks is appropriate, then
We're looking at a
Go to
whole,
100,
not just a
go to-
one-time thing where somebody comes in just to rent a kitchen. We're looking at the whole kind of year and
So-
everybody that's having birthday parties and
the
dances
250
and
was
this
just a
and that and
recommendation. If council feels that there's another amount that's more appropriate, we're more than
Okay,
willing
so-
to look at it.
In the past, like I remember that the spaghetti that was on the stairwell going downstairs at one time, and they had to take the carpet up. That was a long time ago that happened. They didn't just left it there.
We've had people just heave a whole pot of boiled potatoes in the garbage and leave it there and leave.
So,
But
sink
that would be
full
the
of dishes
deposit,
and-
right?
then there used to be.
Yeah, we try not. We don't go out of our way to take the deposit. Like at the end of the day, if I tell someone that no, we're keeping the deposit, the first thing they're going to do is
Why?
put an appeal. No, they're going to appeal it. And either go to the chief's office or come to the stable. So
Okay,
we
so-
try to avoid.
So at
Those
one time, the
instances.
kitchen used to have tea
But we've had-
towels and dishcloths. There were pots and pans there. There was a service for, I think, 200 people for the dishes and stuff like that. And that inventory is not there. So sometimes you have to rent other dishes if you're going to have 200 people there.
I think there's still a ton. We're in the process of looking at ordering all new stuff, but there is still a ton of inventory there. I think people
Yes.
a lot of times for weddings, people bring their own stuff in because they want something that's a little nicer, or they want.
So if they rented the whole bottom floor, could we do a different rate? Like if they're renting the bottom floor and the kitchen, and then a rate for if they were just renting the kitchen?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna suggest as well. So as of right now, sorry if I'm reading this wrong, so you have the rental rate what is 300, and then we're proposing if you do the rental rate and the kitchen, it's gonna be $550? Yeah, so I was gonna, Aaron, I was gonna make that suggestion too, if you could make a provision that if someone just wants to rent the kitchen, then they pay a higher, because then we're losing out on the rest of the.
Or it doesn't necessarily have to be 250 either. We can 200, 150.
How many times a year does somebody come in just to rent the kitchen and,
Offhand, I don't know, but we can
Yeah, I know.
see
Okay.
if we can
I was
go
wondering
back
if
and
you
could
just
keep it
check
as,
that.
could probably keep something like the 250 for just the kitchen and like 450 for the kitchen with the downstairs.
There used to be some people used to come there to buy corn.
My biggest concern though is the deposit. So if the amount that we're proposing for the kitchen is what we feel collectively is appropriate, I'm more than willing.
okay,
to look at
I'm
different
going to suggest that, that we're going to leave, the 300 deposit as a separate thing. Okay, so if they are renting the kitchen for, kitchen use only, we leave it at 250. If it is renting the whole downstairs with the kitchen, then it is the 300 deposit plus 150 for the use of the kitchen.
I'm just
Yeah, I'm okay with
confused on this, when we're looking at the policy itself. It confuses me because it says a deposit fee of 300.
Yes.
But I just talked to Tina, and on the form it says deposit fee of 100, the rental is 300.
So we're asking to increase that 100 to
I
300.
know, but I'm just thinking that the word, the deposit fee of 300, as a community member, when I come in, I'm thinking, oh my God, my deposit fee is 300. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
It
so,
is.
so
But
what
it
is,
So it would
Administrative.
be, you would be
Okay.
giving them $600,
okay, so when
but
you
you
put,
get 300 back.
so, okay, when you get, okay, what does it cost to rent the floor? Just the rental part?
300.
300.
So it's 300 per floor. That's
Per
the rental
floor.
fee. Plus
Oh,
a
very
deposit of 300.
Yes.
That they get back.
And then another deposit of 250 if you're going to use the kitchen.
Not a deposit of fee, right?
The
The
250
kitchen.
was a fee, I believe.
It's a
Yeah,
fee,
right.
that's 350. Okay, so then it's 450 to rent everything.
No, it would have been
If you wanted
550.
the
It would
whole
be
thing,
550.
plus
See, that's where I'm
300
confused.
550?
No, I'm really
Maybe 850. 300 a floor plus the 250 per kitchen.
if you wanted the whole thing.
if you want them.
I'm good with what maybe somebody else, maybe Lori just suggested of the,
About that one.
it's 300. And then if you're getting the kitchen to make it 150 instead of 250, so a total of 450 for
And then if
that,
it's just the kitchen, it's 250.
250 for just the kitchen. I think that's fair. When you think of just the kitchen, like that is
Yeah,
a
that's
fair
what I
rate.
suggested.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then the deposit is, I'm fine with the deposit too. Just get it back.
Just a quick question. Does the kitchen at the golf course get rented?
Can it?
so just for clarity, what.
I was just more so wondering what they would charge, just to have a comparative.
So for clarity, how should this read
It
then?
wasn't used to rent it out.
The kitchen at the golf course. Do
It wasn't
they,
used.
can I go and rent that?
No,
or
you-
We'll let you know.
So it's 250 if you're renting just the kitchen.
Yes.
So that might be something too that we may have to look back at and try to, I don't know if we want to get them, like, we don't want to have the community center, I don't think more
increase
money than it is to
Of
rent the kitchen at
150
the
to
golf course.
include the kitchen?
You may be able to have the golf course more than the
Increase
community
from
center.
If
probably.
you're renting the lower.
150 to 150.
If you're renting the hall as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
That's
and
what I said,
then
yeah.
approve the 300 deposit.
So then that's gonna require another provision under the rental rates that we're now gonna add just for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, the motion then will read that the council approves a fee of $250 if the party that's renting, the rentee is just renting the kitchen only. That'll be one statement. And then there's still a deposit fee, which a reimbursable deposit fee if they comply with the policy to do all the cleaning up after. That'll be reimbursed. And then the rental hall will have a $150 increase.
No.
For the
no,
kitchen.
The floor rental is still 300, the kitchen rental is 100.
Okay,
We're not changing the amount. of the
Okay,
floor,
so then if
just
they
the
rent-
amount of the
so-
floor deposit.
so then, but if they rent, or the renter is renting the hall and the kitchen fee is just $150.
Yes, so it
That's
would
what
be
I thought.
450.
Which it used, what it was 50.
Yes. It's
just your
increased
second
from
payment.
50 to 150, rather than increase from 50 to 250. So.
Yeah, it's only, the 250 only applies if they're renting the kitchen only.
only.
Just the kitchen.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this number 11, which is the cleanup.
Okay.
Can we have that posted in a couple different areas, blown up though? Have it blown up bigger and posted by the kitchen, by the door, so that the people that are renting the community center, it is, but it's about this big. Could we have it increased to a lot bigger size so
You
that?
didn't know it was there, you didn't see it like. you
No, that's
walked
right.
by it.
Yeah, I know it was there, but if we could have it increased in size, so, and put it in a couple different places. Thanks.
Okay,
Perfect.
But it's also part of the rental agreement that they have to sign. Correct. Right?
okay. And who does the inspection to make sure that it's all good when they, after the event's over?
The custodian.
The custodian.
So what happens then, because I know this has happened to me, when we rented our mother's 90th birthday party, we had to go there and wash food off of its chairs, chair legs, and we had to mop the floor. We had to wash all the dishes and forks and knives before you could even use it.
In the past, when we've got a complaint like that, we've waived fees.
I mean, it was filthy. There had been something there the day before, we paid the rent, and we had to clean it ourselves, just use it and then clean up after.
No, that happens sometimes. I don't think it's,
Yeah, sometimes people use the kitchen when they don't rent it. And we don't know to go down and look at it, but generally, if we get a complaint of something of that nature, we would waive the fee.
Okay. The next item, then, thank you, Tom, housing and van proclamation.
You didn't
Get a
Motion?
motion.
for that?
Okay, we need a motion then for the policy change.
Yes.
Chris Brandt, and who will second it?
I'll second it.
Aaron? Tom, probably should stay for the next one in case there's questions.
Yeah. I was gonna say
The
that.
CMHC Section 95 approval. CMHC has approved a Section 95 loan totaling $1,088,000 to construct 5 new one-bedroom homes utilizing the MBQ Housing and Band Property Building Team. Approved to sign the CMHC Section 95 loan agreement package for $1,088,000 to construct 5 one-bedroom homes on Flat Street. Approved the proposed construction budget totaling $1,088,200. Is there a motion to approve this? Now, will these be single units or just like what's already there?
Like exactly what's there.
Okay.
So this was already presented to the previous council in the fall when we initially applied. The change now is that we were able to negotiate an increase in the subsidy, which now doesn't require an equity contribution.
Nice.
Good, good. I'll motion that, chief.
I'll second.
And when have these started? When are they going to get going?
So once we approve this and that these agreements get signed, I think they eventually send us another package that has to be signed. So we won't be breaking ground on these ones till probably May.
But after freeze, after the thaw.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Currently, right now, too, we're already working on the 2 additional ones that were from the first 12. We end up getting 2 more, and then ISC approved us for 7, so we've already broke ground on those 7. So
How about
after
the-
this 5, we'll now have every home that was slated for Flat Street done except for the apartment.
Oh, so the other ones are done and,
Or we have the funding in place to start.
So Tom,
You
Bill
should
Dahl's
take a drive
been,
down there.
are people in them now or?
so
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Not the first ones.
I haven't any neighbors yet.
Bill
Close.
Dahl,
But soon.
I've
we
been
had to
waiting
So
get-
for
yeah,
my
well,
neighbors.
right now it's working with
we
the
getting
county doing our water and sewer
Water.
connections
Oh, yeah.
and hydro connections.
Awesome.
okay, so my question then, Tom, is does Bill Dahl have any date when that will be tied in with the water and sewer?
They are working on it now with the engineers and.
What's the-
Staff.
what's-
I'm hoping that we're gonna be in a place to have, tenants in for those first 6 homes.
Okay, but is the contract-
January 1st would be nice, but I don't know, depending on weather.
Does the contract bill with Bill Dahl have a completion date for the project?
Yes.
And what is that?
I would have to go back and check, but we passed it because of the delays with the town.
Okay, that agreement was signed up, I think, sometime in November, Angela, with the town?
I thought it was,
It's
didn't it
signed
come
and approved.
December?
In November.
And then we're still.
Something like
we have
that.
to re-engage with the contractor, re-engage with the engineer, re-engage with infrastructure staff and get all their requirements. They wanted to change in the type of meter that was used, so there was some negotiations with the contractor and trying to source the one that Todd wanted, but we weren't able to actually get that one, so we had to pass it back to the original one. Relocated where the meters, the meter reader will be so that it's easier for the snow plows, but all this is just being coordinated.
So who wanted the meter, a different kind of meter?
Infrastructure. So apparently the meter that we had spec'd in the original contract was a meter that they had used previously on the Huron Branch Drive lift station, and it only lasted like 4 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's like, let's not use that kind again. So we tried to, but we already had that meter for so long that we were stuck with it. It would cost almost as much just to have to restock.
Okay, so that's settled then, what kind
Yeah,
of meter is
we're-
going
the
in?
contractor's been engaged, the waters and sewer team with MVP has been engaged, things are moving forward. Unfortunately, we hit the brakes, now we're back to doing backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So if the 6 units would be ready to go like as of February, has it already been identified who the approved tenants will be in those 6 units and have they been notified?
So they will now go to the housing section.
So our occupancy date is when?
I'm hoping for the first 6 that we'll be able to get an occupancy date for the 1st of February. I haven't been able to confirm that, that's my hope.
And Bill Dahl will have the
next
water and
6
sewer,
will be hopefully ready for the end of March.
and Bill Dahl will have the water and sewer functioning by then?
That's what I'm hoping.
That's
but
the hope.
I don't
Okay.
have those dates.
Okay. Just keep us updated then, Tom. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Tom, can you repeat the last part? You said there will be more units ready for March?
Yeah, so built 6 and the BPMP built 6.
6 as well.
They go in order. They're all being built in order at 6s at a time, and so the 6 will be done, then the next 6, and then the next 6, and
Well, then
Build all
there's
6 is
2,
basically
right?
just waiting for the sewer and water and hydro connections.
Connections.
We probably have about 3 units that are close about that, and then just finishing up on the inside. So,
Okay. And the
and then
whole,
we've already started construction on that.
okay, and the holdup to getting those connections were with
The
Deserano?
town, yeah, it wasn't as helpful.
Okay. Thank you.
Tom, do you know if there's any, I know you get casual workers, but if they're not, are any of those casual workers available to shovel senior snow? Because there's a lot of seniors that have health issues that they can't shovel snow. And I've been asked by some of the seniors to see if there's any additional help that they could get. They're willing to pay somebody to come and shovel the snow, but they just don't know who to call, who's trustworthy and all this kind
The
of stuff.
majority of the casuals that we would have are being utilized, but that doesn't mean that we can't put a call out for more casuals.
They're willing-
If
they're
there's
willing
a
to-
source
they're
to
wi-
cover
they're-
the salary, we can.
They're willing to pay for the service. They just need to know who to call. Like if we have a vetted list that we could recommend these people are available and they've been have police checks and all that kind of stuff.
I would advise to go through a contractor, otherwise we're gonna have to buy trucks, equipment.
No, they don't want somebody to plow their driveway. They just it's to
No, you
shovel
still
off the
need a
deck,
truck for
the deck, and maybe the pathway to their garage.
They still need the equipment.
Those costs.
But if there's people available that can do that kind of work, if they have extra time, then I'd like to have that list. We could pass that on to them.
What we really
Well,
need,
yeah, but I couldn't get the casuals.
No, I did check.
Something up.
I did check with CWC and Home Support, and they have only one person that drives a vehicle, and so that's an awful lot of work for one person. But they pay a nominal fee for service over there.
What
But they
we-
only
If
have
you
one
gave her
person.
more money, I'm sure she'd hire more casuals.
Yeah.
I think it's based on income.
So can you look into that to see what can be done to? But some of the seniors said, I'm quite willing to pay for somebody to come to show up of my deck and path to the driveway. They have a contract that plows the driveway, but they don't do the deck and all that kind of stuff.
As long as they
or the
understand that
sidewalks.
we're not paying the casuals.
No, that they're willing to pay. They just need a list of people that could be contacted.
Maybe Rebecca could do something and just
In
put
the
a post out to say, hey, is anybody available to do
Because
this for
they-
seniors? And then if they comment on it, then here's a list.
But they
of
want to
people
make
do
sure
it.
that their person is trustworthy. They're not going to have somebody who might break in their house after or that kind of stuff. They just want them vetted to, because they don't know the people. Chris?
okay, just, this is because it's live. And I'm calling out to all of those, that might be tuning in here to the council meeting, is that, in a lot of these cases, it's our elders that are looking for the help. We have to start becoming a community again. Let's take care of our elders and not always looking for the band to do everything. What if an elder's your neighbor, why not give your elder neighbor a hand? You're a young person, and I mean, I try to help out as much as I can, but start taking care of each other out there. Let's start becoming a community again. And instead of always running to the band, let's start helping each other out like we did at one time.
Yeah. Well, and I agree with that, Chris. I know when we were kids, we always went and shoveled our neighbors' driveways, and if they needed something at the store, we'd get it for them, and we did. It was just you did that. That your parents expected that of you, but we live in those values have been lost. But again, the elders are not asking for something for nothing. They are willing to pay somebody. They just want somebody that's trustworthy that they could call. That's all they're asking for. Some of them.
Maybe
I think we
could-
can
if
talk
put
about
out-
Rebecca.
I was gonna say, if we put out a notice, this is also maybe a good opportunity for kids in high school to get their
Yeah.
volunteer hours.
Yeah, I did
Totally.
call a couple of people that have high school children that live nearby, some of these people, to see if they might be interested in it. They're waiting for them to get back to me, but of course they got studies and there's hockey and there's
Yeah,
sports
we
and
can
all
put it out
kinds of
there and
things.
let them decide it.
But anyway,
Okay. let's
and people are
continue with the
working and
agenda.
stuff like that, so. Okay. And it's been moved by Chris Frank, second by Barry, to approve the signing of this loan agreement. Is anybody opposed?
No.
Any abstentions? Seeing none, the motion's carried. Please sign.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah,
Well, that's been circulated. I'll read the next item on the agenda is the Derek Wong invoices, and these relate to economic development, mostly the energy projects that council is looking at becoming a partner with. Invoice 896 in the amount of $5,809.23. Invoice number 897 in the amount of $5,600.
Yep.
Invoice 898, $10,534.23. Invoice number 899, $13,300. Is there a motion to pay these invoices?
I'll motion
Can-
for a majority of them. It's, we've received funding to specifically do these projects.
Yes.
So the funding comes directly out of those pots to do
Okay,
them.
that's what I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask,
We're
because,
not.
It's not MBQ
any of our
funds.
Money, it's money that's given to
No,
us.
there is the odd one that we
Yeah,
do, but the
so-
majority, like most of them, are all, we have capacity funding
okay,
that we've received either from the government or from the proponents to cover these expenses.
okay.
And there's an itemized breakdown too in the private agenda.
Okay, yes, I think I saw that. So I have a couple questions, just a couple questions on this because I'm new. But are these invoices we get almost every month?
They come monthly.
And then when the Economic Development Corporation is created, this will replace Derek's position?
Yeah,
or-
these projects will be assigned to them.
That position will likely work with
I
Derek
think he'll
until
be
they're
more of a,
established.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, they will work with.
Because just quick math, it's almost $500,000 a year we're paying in
There's a lot.
contractor fees.
Oh, yeah. And we had what, how many unit, or how many? Because there's calls coming out. There's more calls coming out in the next year. There's, I think, 2 or 3 this
Specifically
year.
for these initiatives.
Of which Derek wants to have a meeting with you guys to go over all this stuff, so you'll be able to get up to date on what's going on. So he's asked for a meeting.
We lobbied Stephen Lecce, and I think they were going to provide, he is the Minister of Energy, and they were going to provide up to $250,000 for, I guess, capacity funding for First Nations to be able to participate with the consulting work on these projects. Did Derek Wong get approval from the Ministry of Energy for the application?
I'll have to follow up. I haven't
Okay,
gotten
he-
through all my emails
There
from
were
when I was
some
off.
questions about the application, so the last time I read up on it.
He
but-
would have taken care of them, but I'll double
But
check.
just find to make, just confirm that we did get approval.
And like I said, he wants to meet with you guys anyways to go over all this stuff, and we can get updated on what's going on from the stuff that was submitted. I don't think we've heard anything yet, but at least bring Sarah up to date too. Yeah, on
It's really
things.
helpful. He explains things.
If there's
so
any
well.
snags, let me know and I'll give Stephen Lecce a call.
How well are we doing, or what stage are we at for the interviews for this economic development? Because we're gonna do something before the holidays, and then we did get in.
I don't know if council's approved, the offer was made verbally, she's
No, I mean
accepted.
for the, yeah, I know for the head
The
of it,
board.
but I mean for the committee part.
Well, I was having that person take care of it, but
Oh,
without
okay.
that person.
Well,
It's-
again, I'm
I know
meeting with
it's part
council.
of something I could do or should be doing, but it's just in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of hard to.
Okay, the
Take care of
council
all that.
needs to finalize a decision on some of the items that we're talking about here, so we need to have a discussion in private about that, because don't have authorization to sign any letters.
And,
I've already
you
signed
know,
them.
though, also, there were, 3 of us, was that not,
We're gonna approve
We're
these
in,
invoices.
We're live.
Are we gonna approve these invoices?
Let's
No, I
finish
was
the
just going
live
to say
and then we'll go into the
Are we
private
gonna
and have
approve
our
these
discussion.
invoices?
Aaron,
I'll
yeah,
motion
I
to approve.
motioned.
It's been moved by Aaron to pay these invoices. Was there a seconder?
I'll second.
Ogori. Is anybody opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, that concludes our public portion of the agenda.
You have the
ISC,
PAYE balances.
Okay, all I need you to do is acknowledge that you've received it, the PAYE items, and that staff are following up.
I'll acknowledge. Motion.
Moved
Second,
by Aaron, seconder.
second.
Motion is seconded by
Me.
Curtis. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. So you have it, it's been worked on, the reports will get in, and we'll get our funding.
So motion to go into private?
And the other thing is Kyle Weir, just before you go, even though he's on leave on January the 5th this year, he has agreed that he will come back for our next lobby session, and we just need to set that up, and we need to prepare an agenda, so I'll be working with the staff to get an agenda for next lobby session and see which dates Michael Laverne and his staff are available. Is there any dates that we should avoid?
Probably all the ones that you read earlier.
All the ones that.
So,
the
so
meetings.
when you're looking, chief, like in February?
January, late January, later in January, early February?
I think you have two separate things that you're going to in January.
Can we do,
Yeah.
how long is that gonna take? Can we do
Well,
it before council?
normally we have 9:30 till noon, which they give us 3 hours to discuss our issues. I think the nature of the certificate of possession and what restrictions council can put on those things need to be discussed with the department. There's, of course, there's the funding for the usual capital projects and any kind of O&M program deficits that we have. As we're nearing the fourth quarter, I'd like to report on what any projected deficits from ISC programs and services might be. I'd like to forecast, and if there's any issues that there's gaps in services, I'd like to hear from the directors, and we can put a briefing note and lobby package together for that. Apart from that, the budget has not yet been approved by Parliament, and so hopefully that will be done before there's any big, and I understand that some people are leaving government and resigning from Parliament, and whether that will affect the vote or not, I don't know, but hopefully that'll get done before they take their leave, and the budget will get passed, and we won't be having an election. If it does, well, then I guess a lot of things get delayed. We are still following up on the $1 billion announcement that was made by the Minister of Housing. And of course, we applied for $66 million from that fund, national fund, to finish the water lines. Gregor Robertson, the Minister of Housing, said at the FN that it was rolled into another program. I don't know what program that is. I'm still trying to find an answer to that question. And so, but again, there's not much can be done until Parliament approves the budget. And so that's pretty much where we're at. Otherwise, the department won't know what their budget is until Parliament approves. I mean, we're already going into the fourth quarter. But there seems to be so many other world issues, attention with all the troubles that exist between the different countries, and the geopolitical situation is getting worse, and so
Motion to go into private?
moved by Aaron. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this morning. And if you're going outside, please be careful because it is very, very icy. And everyone have a good day. And as we say in Mohawk, Happy New Year. If you're Tyendinaga, we say Owiar. If you're from another Mohawk community, it's Oseraze. And if you were Oneida, it would be Owian. So I'll use Tyendinaga, Owiar, from all of us. Happy New Year, everybody, and healthy and safe and prosperous New Year to everyone.
Didn't get
You want to go?
Happy New Year.
We need a second or two.
Aaron's been moved to go in private
I'll second.
and seconded by Guari. The motion is carried. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this morning.